Chelseaca. Franquito. No me escucho tampoco. ¿Se me escucha de él? No, boludo, por acá. No te enojes. Franquito. Sé que soy feo, pero porque mi hermano me pone la boca, nada.
Now we're joined by
No se me ve, hermano.
Heineken Man of the Match.
¿Me ven la cara? Sí. Que es un partido difícil de explicar porque fueron muchas emociones juntas, encontradas, de igual a igual, y fue muy emocional, pero este equipo no se rinde, lucha, pelea. La verdad que estoy orgulloso de pertenecer a este grupo porque está dejando la vida por ir a playoff. Y bueno, parece que nos gusta ganar en los minutos finales. Es una manera de sufrir que nos gusta, pero bueno, fueron 3 puntos importantísimos, el equipo dio todo. Y el gol, sabía que iba a tener otra posibilidad, ya había tenido en el primer tiempo la que no pateé de zurda, y después en el segundo tiempo la que le pega en la espalda, y sabía que si seguía concentrado en el partido iba a tener otra oportunidad. Me llegó, y bueno, por suerte fue gol y sirvió para otros 3 puntos importantísimo para lo que queda para ir a playoff.
It was a very difficult match to explain. There were many mixed feelings. We had chances to score, and then they did as well. It was a very level match. I'm very emotional because this team doesn't give up. It fights until the end, and I'm very, very proud to be a part of this team. It seems like we like to suffer and score late, but I knew myself I was going to have another chance to score, and I knew that if I stayed focused and concentrated, I was going to have another opportunity, and the chance arrived, and I was able to finish it, and it was very important for us to get this win and this goal because it's a big one as we push for playoffs. Próxima pregunta, Javier. Después Franco.
Gonzalo, felicidades por ese gol tan importante. Estás en una racha goleadora, no sé, en los últimos 14 partidos. Es algo que tú has hecho en tu carrera, muchos goles seguidos. Pero en este momento de tu carrera, ¿qué tan especial es eso? Con este equipo que no esperaba que hiciera nada al principio de la temporada. Cuéntame sobre eso.
Buenas noches, Xavier, gracias por tus palabras. Eso es lo lindo que tiene el fútbol, cuando nadie espera nada de un equipo y al final está dando todo por ir a playoff. Me siento de los momentos más felices de mi carrera. Si me lo preguntabas años atrás que iba a ser muy feliz en la MLS, ni se me hubiese pasado por la cabeza. Pero estoy disfrutando muchísimo de jugar al fútbol. Estoy disfrutando muchísimo de pertenecer a este equipo, a esta clase de jugadores que pueden salir bien o mal las cosas, pero el equipo deja la vida y contra eso no se puede reprochar nada. Entonces, disfrutando, muy feliz de poder ayudar al equipo. Fue un año difícil para mí, pero todo trabajo tiene recompensa y el de arriba me está regalando algo maravilloso, con ayuda, yo también creo, de mi madre, me están guiando en un final de carrera espectacular, soñado, y ojalá que no se corte y pueda durar hasta inicio de noviembre, que es la final. Ese es nuestro mayor objetivo y por el que vamos a luchar hasta el final.
Próxima pregunta, Franco, de Ian.
Gracias, Rafa. Gonzalo, felicitaciones por el gol
Hola, Franco.
y el triunfo. El equipo se acerca a un paso más a los playoffs. En el segundo tiempo, el primer tiempo no les fue muy bien en el rendimiento, pero en el segundo tiempo mejoraron, en especial desde mi punto de vista cuando cambiaron el sistema al 4-2-3-1. Ya el partido ya se le vino más a favor a Inter Miami. Tú que estabas en la cancha, ¿qué sintiste cuál fue la clave para ese cambio de rendimiento ahí en el segundo tiempo?
Sí, tuve las mismas sensaciones, Franco. El primer tiempo fue muy parecido al de DC. Nos costó encontrar por ahí juego fluido y demás, y quizás ellos es donde han tenido más chances, ¿no? No sé si es el sistema, es que quizás no encontramos la fluidez en el primer tiempo, pero en el segundo tiempo con el mismo sistema hemos jugado mejor. La verdad que, como dije antes a Xavier, estoy muy feliz de pertenecer a este grupo, pero yo tenía la sensación dentro mío que íbamos a ganar porque el equipo estaba dejando todo. Y la verdad, cuando un equipo deja todo, la sensación que tenés dentro es más cerca de ganar que de otra cosa. Así que muy feliz de pertenecer a este grupo. Y nos quedan 2 finales para lograr el objetivo de los playoffs.
Next question, Ian.
Gracias, Rafa. Gonzalo, qué victoria. En la primera de parte de año, con todo que has pasado, con Pozuelo entrar, ¿qué cambio para ti entonces?
Sí, lo dije, fue un año muy difícil. Empecé jugando, hemos perdido las primeras 5 fechas, hemos perdido 4 partidos, empatado apenas 1. Después me lesioné, después tuve 2 meses entrando desde el banco, pero dentro mío hizo un clic en el que dependía solo de mí cambiar la situación. Me ha pasado en otros momentos de mi carrera y esta no iba a ser una excepción, ya había vivido estas situaciones y dependía exclusivamente de mí cambiar esta situación. Yo sabía que a la larga me iba a llegar la oportunidad, pero para aprovechar esa oportunidad yo tenía que trabajar al máximo en los entrenamientos. Y como dije, todo trabajo tiene recompensa. La llegada de Alejandro me ha ayudado mucho, pero no puedo dejar de felicitar al grupo, los que juegan, los que no juegan, porque la verdad que estoy orgulloso de pertenecer a este grupo y como dije antes, estoy disfrutando mucho de jugar al fútbol.
We'll do the last 2 questions, Javier, then Franco.
Gonzalo, en el primer tiempo se vio algunas oportunidades donde tú bajaste, parecía como un 9, momentos donde bajaste a recoger el balón para hacer el cero para el equipo. ¿Eso fue por diseño o simplemente tú sentiste que tenías que bajar porque el segundo ya estabas arriba y ahí es donde viene el gol, donde tú eres un peligro para cualquier equipo, ahí arriba en el área?
Sí, quizás el sistema con Leo arriba, por ahí veo más huecos atrás, pero por inercia bajaba, no era ningún pedido en especial, pero coincido contigo que mi mayor peligro es arriba. Después en el segundo tiempo, cuando pude jugar más arriba, llegó la situación de gol. Pero bueno, ahora hay que descansar porque miércoles tenemos otra final y domingo otra final y saber que depende de nosotros es muy importante. Haber dado hoy un paso importante, ganar en este campo difícil creo que es muy bueno para nosotros y ahora hay que descansar para los próximos 2 partidos.
Last question, Franco.
Gracias de nuevo, Rafa. Gonzalo, te han preguntado algo parecido aquí, pero te quiero preguntar, porque obviamente tú llegaste hace 2 años y medio casi, y obviamente hubieron expectativas, metiste gol, terminaste como el goleador el año pasado, pero también pasaron momentos fuertes, momentos de crítica, donde la hinchada también te abuchó en algunos momentos, y ahora estás metiendo goles y ahora se ve los halagos, se ve todo al opuesto. ¿Este es el mejor momento de Gonzalo Higuaín en la camiseta de Inter Miami? ¿Tú lo sientes así? ¿O es el mismo nivel que hemos visto de Gonzalo Higuaín en otras etapas con la playera de Inter Miami?
Mira, críticas, elogios, estuve acostumbrado toda mi carrera porque jugué al máximo nivel y sé que la gente cuando no te va bien te critica y cuando te va bien eres el mejor. La carrera, cuando juegas al más alto nivel es así. Sí, que tuve abucheos, silbido, pero me encanta cambiarlos por aplausos. Creo que esa es una satisfacción muy grande para un jugador y lo he conseguido en este año. Pero sí que siento que estoy en el mejor momento desde que llegué al club. Estoy tranquilo conmigo mismo, en paz, y cuando uno está alineado con uno mismo, es difícil que te vayan mal las cosas. Tengo la ayuda de mi mujer, de mi hija, que me hace estar con los pies en la tierra todo el tiempo, y cuando uno está bien fuera lo transmite dentro. Así que coincido que es el mejor momento desde que llegué, superé los goles del año pasado y sin duda que, como dije antes, estoy disfrutando mucho de jugar para este club.
Gracias, Gonzalo.
Bueno, muchas gracias a ustedes y espero a los fans el miércoles para la final de Orlando, que van a ser muy importantes para nosotros.
Gracias.
Buenas noches.
What did Gonzalo say? Performance. I think there's a real calmness, obviously happiness, but there's a real calmness around the team, because there's the road is still long for us. We're still on this journey, and we're excited where this team's heading. And it's another goal after 85 minutes, was it? 85 minutes into the game, 86 minutes into the game. It's another late goal, which shows the spirit of the team. And what I said to him before the game is that when you get to my age and Jason and Mark, and when you're older and you look back at times you remember moments like this in the last week of a season. You remember these moments, whether you're showing up, whether you could handle this pressure. And I asked them to go out there and show up and to enjoy the moment and to get the first punch in early in the weekend. And that's really the focus. This group are an amazing group, and now they're beginning to believe. They're now beginning to believe what we believed in them from day one, and it's great to see. And I think it helps when you've got a centre forward that's carrying the team towards the playoffs. I said from day one that we are fortunate. We're fortunate. We're lucky. I'm lucky to manage a world-class striker, and you think about the adversity that he's had to overcome in his Inter Miami career. I think it's testament to his character, the fact that he said from day one he wants to finish with Inter Miami as a winner, and he's leading a bunch of young, inexperienced squad to a place where they are challenging and where we want to be. So we're really happy. I think a real strong message now is to all those Inter Miami supporters in Fort Lauderdale, in Miami, in Hollywood, all the surrounding areas. Let's get down to Drive Pink Wednesday and let's fill the stadium. Let's make it a real hostile atmosphere. Let's fill it. Let's get behind the boys. I think they deserve a full house. I think they deserve a full stadium, and it's going to be a really exciting game. So I know that the Inter Miami supporters have never ever from day one let this football club down, and I know on Wednesday night that they'll show up, and I know against Montreal they'll show up and get behind these players who are performing absolute miracles.
We'll get started with questions now. First Michelle, then Mikey Pasquale.
Congratulations, Phil. That was
Thanks,
another. You said you were going to pray for a game where you wouldn't have to wait till the end, but your prayers did not come true in that sense. I'm just wondering if two things. One, can you describe your emotions and exactly what you felt and thought when Gonzalo's goal went in? Exactly what were you thinking at that moment? And also, if you could describe to us the scene in the dressing room after.
Well, you know what? It sounds like wise after the event, but I just had a feeling that the goal was coming. I just had a feeling that we were going to get another chance, and Gonzalo hadn't had that many chances. A couple of half chances. There was a cross, I think, from I'm saying McVeigh maybe at the far post in the second half, but I just felt as if Pozuelo was just, he kept finding the pass through. Some were good, some weren't so good, but there was just going to be an opportunity, and I knew if he got half a chance he would stick it in the back of the net. So I think when you've scored so many late goals, and I think in modern day football, I think when you see the clock at 85 minutes, really it's not 5 minutes, it's 10. And 10 minutes is a long time. So we've got great experience now and great composure in the last period of that game at both winning and seeing out a game. You think about how valuable Victor Joe has been for us, coming on and seeing out games. We've trained that. We trained that last Tuesday. We've trained scenarios where we have to go for the win. We've trained scenarios where we have to see out the game, and it's by no accident that these late goals keep going, because the players have belief. And I'd say that it's probably, think about the scenes in the DC dressing room, think about the Columbus scenes. I'd say that today they're a little bit more subdued because there's a long way to go. We want the season to go beyond next week, and to do that we've got to, keep our feet on the ground, keep focused, keep recovering, keep training hard, keep together, and look forward to the next game. So yes, I'm sure there'll be a photo going out from the dressing room, I'm all celebrating, but that really is just probably for their own personal brand and and what do they want to do with it.
Next question, Mike. Then
That
Franco.
tickled you, that, Rafa, didn't it?
Thank you, Rafa. Congratulations, Phil.
Thank you.
It's good to see you smile.
Thank you.
Would you want it any other way? What I mean by that is this: you control your own destiny now, and the final 2 games are at home.
Is that it? Is that a question?
Yeah, Yeah, just that basically
Yeah,
you
yeah.
create your own destiny.
Yeah,
You get
well,
to do it
I
at home.
think, Mike, I think before the game, I thought we were in control of our own destiny. Because we'd played first, because we were first game at the weekend, I felt as if we were in control of our own destiny in terms of if we won all 3 games. Correct me if I'm wrong, I think that would guarantee us a playoff spot. So I thought before the game, I said to him, we're in control. We're exactly where we want to be at exactly the right time, playing before everybody else and with everything in our own hands. And that hasn't been the case for a long time. So we got the advantage by playing early. We took the advantage by putting the 3 points on the board. And we can now recover and look forward to the games at the weekend, and the focus then switches to Wednesday night and Orlando, and it's going to be an incredible last 2 games. Me and Chris Henderson said probably 5-6 weeks ago it's going to go to the last 3 games, and we try to keep everybody within the whole organisation on that message, on that track, that we were going to take it right to the very last 3 games. The minute that they moved the Orlando game to the last week of the season, that was always going to be our game in hand. And so we said, look, we're going to go to the last game of the season, we're going to ride the storms of defeats like against Chicago, the game before that, New York Red Bulls. We had to ride the emotions of those defeats and others winning. But we knew with the run that we had, that we was going to get opportunities, and we knew that with Leo back and the players that they're all fit, that we were going to get opportunities to win games of football. And when you have strikers that are in form, it gives you a real chance.
Last 3 questions. Franco, Javier, and Ian.
Thank you, Rafa. Hey, Phil, big win for you guys. One step closer to proving a lot of us on the outside wrong in terms of what we expected from this team this year.
Thank you.
And I know that the focus is on the collective and the push you're making, but Gonzalo's been a huge part in this run. And if I could ask just 2 in 1 just on him, when he started this run, when he started scoring goals again and getting back in the team, I remember asking you at practice one day, what's changed for him, and you said it's the happiest that he's been.
Yeah.
What has triggered that? What has caused that happiness for him? 1, and 2, for you as a coach, obviously managing bigger personalities is part of the challenge as a coach. And Gonzalo obviously is a very big personality. And last year, I know you said you brought him in close, you had conversations with him often. This year, has your management style with him changed at all? Is it still the same? Have you become closer? Have you been a little more hands off? How has that evolved in terms of how you've managed the personality that is Gonzalo?
Well, I think the one thing I would say about Gonzalo is that our relationship has almost gone stronger every day that we've been at the football club, and never once have probably as he felt the lack of belief from me to him. So I think that's been a big part of our relationship. There's a great respect. He's the most respectful, most honest, polite, classy guy that you would meet. And I feel as if that our relationships has had some tough moments when we've had to leave him out, and we've took him out to get fit maybe last year, and he came back this year and Leo was scoring and he had to come off the bench, and those are tough moments for a winner and a manager that wants his team to win and is probably fighting for his own job and the success of the club. And throughout that period, I felt as if we never ever, we spoke most days. I always make sure the communication was really open and honest with him. And what happened is that period out the team and Leo scoring, I felt as if the team, when he came back in, accepted him even more. Why? Because they needed him. Why? Because of his attitude. Because every single day he went out and he never ever threw his toys out the pram. And almost now, over the last 5 weeks, you get a situation where the whole dressing room looks at him as a leader. He's probably where he wanted to be when he first came into this MLS. He wanted to be the man that everyone looked up to, the man that everyone worshipped, the man. And that comes for 2 ways. You've got to have a team around you, and you've also got to put in the performances yourself. But I think what we've done, we've provided him with a team and a platform, particularly with Pozuelo coming in, and he's give the team back more. And I think it's been a brilliant learning experience for me as a coach in terms of sort of like providing these players with the right platforms. You know, and maybe Toronto are going through similar now in terms of providing platforms, the right roster, the right players, the right energy around world-class players, and we've got a world-class player in Gonzalo, and he's delivering everything and more for the team that worship him, the team that think he's God, the team that think he's the king, the team that just he's got everybody on a string, and it's brilliant to see the happiness in which he's playing his football, the happiness in when he comes into work every single day, and he's got the whole dressing room playing to his tune, and that is through respect, and that is through encouragement, and that is through his performances, and you know, that's what you get from winners.
Xavier and Daniel.
Hey, Coach, big win today.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Can you talk a little bit about Bryce, Duke, and Mota, the type of game they had tonight, and how important they're going to be for the next game with Gregory going to be out for that game?
Yeah, well, Mota, I think, had his best game in about 3 or 4 weeks. He's been carrying an injury. But today, with the international break, we've managed him really well. I thought he looked outstanding tonight. I said to Bryce yesterday in training, is that I wanted it. I thought against DC he did okay, but I thought he didn't play with personality and character. And Bryce Duke without personality and character is half the player. So I told him I wanted him to play with personality and character and believe that he should be on the same pitch as Gregory, Mota, Pozuelo, Gonzalo, Leo. And I thought he played with personality. And when you talk about a young boy with a big future, that is a young boy with a big future that's still got so much development to do, and these games will bring him on, because you know he comes up to me at the end there and say, you know, last week was 61 minutes, I think today was 68. He said, please coach, can I go over 70 next time? I said, well, keep playing with personality, and that's what he is. He's got a personality, he's cheeky, and we are lucky to have that young boy.
Last question, Ian.
Thank you, Rafa. Congrats.
What's the magic number, Ian? I keep reading the magic numbers. I have not a clue what you're tweeting, but explain to me.
The magic number is points gained by you and points lost by your opponents.
I know.
Yes,
It makes me laugh.
So you actually 2 months ago today was the Cincinnati game, and we saw frustration on you that you felt like you had the team, but you dealt with Orlando, you dealt with Philadelphia, you dealt with Barcelona even, and all of those games, it sort of felt like you had the team that you wanted, but you weren't getting the results that you want. If I had talked to you then and said you're going to get 19 points out of a possible 30 in your next 10, are you believing in yourself then? Did you feel like this was possible to go on this run, to be in this situation, to have what you have now?
Well, yes, we thought we did, because we just brought in Pozuelo and Coco, and you know, we brought in Pozuelo to get us into the playoffs. We brought in Coco to get us into the playoffs. And I think if you look back at the games since Pozuelo's come in, he's probably out of 11 games, won us probably 5 or 6, and that's with passes, assists, and stuff like that. So he's delivering. And what he has done is give the team the ability to score more goals. All of a sudden, we went from a team at the start of the season that probably lacked opportunities in games. We were a transition team to a team that then started to score 4s, 3s, 2s, and it was always tight games. But we started to look like a team that was controlling possession, a team that was controlling the opposition, and a team that looked like a goal threat. And that was the biggest thing for me is that to be a playoff team, to challenge the top teams, you cannot just be a transition team. You've got to be able to control games. And I think that was the difference, that was the change in our mentality. Now, you look back at the Cincinnati game, it actually looks like a really outstanding point, you know, in terms of the other results that they've had against teams, even though we know that we probably should have won that game. So we've always had belief, but it's about the players and the way that they've performed, and you know, we are very simple with them. There's 2 games to go. There's 2 games to go for us to achieve what we want to achieve, and then beyond, we can look beyond that. So there's a long way to go. There's lots of twists and turns. We know that. And Wednesday against Orlando will not be an easy game. We play probably the best team in the conference the week after, behind Philadelphia and Montreal. So the next 2 games against the top of the conferences are going to be massively, massively difficult. But we're in the hat. As you say in England, we're in the hat. We're in just the right place, and we got the first punch in. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Life story.
They ask you 5 questions.